Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more 0 Hour. Today we're going to watch Scuba against Sonic, which is right up here, the very first left position on the screen. So jumping straight into the game then. We have Scuba is playing under the name Z for Zebra. I have no idea why he is doing that. It baffles me every time someone plays under a different name than the name they signed up for. I think he might be doing it to troll. But nevertheless, we've got Z for Zebra, aka Scuba, with China Nuke, and then we've got Sonic with USA Air Force. So actually a difficult match here for Scuba in his very first game. Air Force should be beating China Nuke pretty much every day of the week. So yeah, going to be interesting to see how Scuba handles this. Going for 2 supplies. We've got Sonic going for a quick war factory. You can expect a barracks, very, very standard. War factory going up for Scuba. 2 war factories going up for Scuba, actually. We've got a drone in his base, so Sonic can, of course, see what is going on. No doubt he will have used the scan probably around here as well. So he should be aware of everything that is coming. It looks like Sonic is going to place a fire base on the right, maybe on the left as well. If you can kind of bunker off the sides against the China and just focus your efforts down the middle, or focus your efforts down one of the sides, if you manage to block off 2 of the 3 entrances, then USA Air Force should be having a pretty much easy time. Because that's when the Vs really shine, when they're just focused in one area rather than being stretched all over the place. We've got Sonic coming through with a relatively full Humvee. He's got 3 missile defenders inside of there. Firebase going down on the right side, and there's going to be 2 missile defenders going in. Behind this is going for another V. This V here is taking some damage though. Has popped open an outpost, which actually, by the way, did kill the drone. So Sonic's vision is taken away for the time being. That V really wants to be careful. He really wants to get out of there. This is looking a bit dodgy from Sonic straight away. The V actually might even go down, because if he gets hit anymore, that's really, really poor from Sonic. Extremely poor. He could have unloaded, laser locked, and then got inside of the V and then ran away, but that was extremely, extremely poor. I remember that the last World Series, I was watching some of the games in round 1. And I know it's pretty critical of some of the players, but this tournament only happens once every year. This is the very first game you've had all year to prepare for this, and then your first V goes and does stuff like that, and then this one as well. This is almost going down again. This is looking like it's going to be Scuba's game, just based on the first few bits of micro. This V here, still pretty low. There's missile defenders inside of there now. Sorry, tank hunters inside of there, so he has to be careful of that now. No doubt Scuba behind this. Soon he'll be in for a propaganda center. I thought he would have been going it already, actually. This gate down the right side is going to be shut down. More and more Scuba's units getting shut down as well. Scuba now thinking about a propaganda center. He does have 2,500. Scaffold block there. Has enabled the GAT to get down the back. That is a game-changing little thing, a bug or whatever you want to call it. Place the scaffold and block the firebase from shooting, and now got the GAT in the back of the base. That's now harassed his economy. It's distracted Sonic's attention for sure. There is a V in the base of Scuba, actually going for potentially the dozer. But again, this micro is real bad. I think he chose to switch and fire at the dozer then instead. And actually, when he was fighting it, the splash damage actually damaged the V a lot as well. There is a V down this right hand side as well though. So, whilst the micro hasn't been absolutely perfect from Sonic, he has now dozer hunted Scuba. I would kill this barracks, because he's going to be going for a Lotus. Lotus is now dead. Truck's going down. Scuba's only on 1,300. Scuba's in a bit of trouble, actually. Bit hesitant there from Sonic. I would have finished these trucks and then gone for this building, but he's looked like he switched straight to kill the building because Scuba now can't repair it. Scuba's sending a GAT to the top left. That's going to kill some Chinooks, no doubt. Sonic has reacted. He's taken a bit of damage, but at least he has reacted and saved them both. Scuba's now in a world of trouble because he's got no... Whoa, there's a carpet bomb coming as well. I think Sonic has taken his first game. Let's go for these supplies now as well. I think that's just enough to kill it, and all the trucks as well. So all the XP in the bank for Sonic. That's really, really amazing. Not sure if... I think he needs a few more points to get to level 3, I think. I think he just has to literally hold on against this wave now. There's just a few units. And then he's won. It's simple as that. All of these units, they get killed now. Scuba cannot replace them all because he's not got any more income. He could sell his power plant maybe. Maybe build one slow battle master or something.
Yes.
I do have a bit of a cold, by the way, so I do apologise if my voice is not the greatest. This army slowly being thinned out for Scuba. And once all the red guard die, yeah, it's Sonic's game because the gas just go down so quick to V. So really well done to Sonic, despite the first few bits of micro that, to be honest, were a bit terrible. Gonna update the scoreboard while I'm here. Yeah, he still managed to pull through. So not to Scuba. It's 1-0 to Sonic. Cool. So jumping into game 2 then, no doubt this is Scuba's map choice. He is China Vanilla on Tournament Desert Classic, and we've got Sonic with China Vanilla as well. This was not a matchup pick. They are both playing random, it looks like, because you can see one of them is random, so that means they're both random. No doubt both players will be going for 2 supplies here. I actually really do like this map. I prefer the open middle rather than the normal tournament desert because you can more easily get supplies and do slightly different, more creative things than you can in the normal tournament desert. Also, both of your supplies are a lot more safe, so you can defend easier, so it means usually you're going to have longer games. That said, though, where it is imbalanced or where I don't like it is when you're like China Vanilla, for example, versus Air. Let's say the Air player is down here. You have your 2 supplies and he builds a fire base and then he's got Vs and missile defenders here. That's so hard to break into and so hard to get economic damage off that it literally forces you to try and bunker against the stronger army. So, for example, like let's say you're Inf versus Tox, for example, you're not going to be probably able to get much damage off against the Tox, just because the supplies are so close together. I think it helps a stronger army in certain situations. Might be wrong, that's just my opinion. So we've got Scuba going for 2 war factories, Sonic going for 2 war factories. Flamer first for Scuba has cleared out that building straight away. Sonic's first outpost is going to go down. And Scuba's units are doing a pretty decent push here. They're getting pretty much all the way through. There's the Battle Masters in the mix for Sonic, which I don't really like. Outposts are much better choice in my opinion. This Flamer here is still hanging around, going for the barracks, but the Battle Master is going to take it out. That's where the Battle Masters do shine in taking down Flamers. But you don't want to be making it against outposts, especially when he saw the outpost from the very beginning. You don't want to be doing that. Truck's being harassed now. This Flame is probably going to go down as well. And these first 2 units from Scuba are doing really well. Now tucked behind the supply. Scuba just continuing the spam. He's got units going down the right, units down the left. Units also in his base as well. Scuba, is he going to place the TNT? He could have placed the TNT there, I think. But that truck is now going to escape because he didn't press it. Got the same 2 units coming through now. It's going to go straight into a Battle Master though, isn't that? Yeah, it's going to go down. Both units are going to go down, so wasted there from Scuba. Sonic has sent out a Dozer, but that's going to get picked off, and I think he's no Dozer now. Yeah, he's no Dozer, because the other one went down here, I'm pretty sure. Tank Hunter getting inside of the middle building. These units coming down the right for Scuba. Scuba making a propaganda center we can see as well. So Sonic is taking the most damage here. We've got Scuba actually also expanding to the middle. Don't really like that placement because just one flamer has to come out of there, go around there, and it can flame it down pretty easy. That said, Scuba's got his own flamers pushing forward. These tank hunters are in danger. I would have preferred him to carry on spamming vehicles rather than tank hunters, because the tank hunters is going to go down so easy, and that's not cheap. That's $900 worth of tank hunters there. Scuba's now got an outpost in the base, harassing more. He's on the move as well. But I think this looks like a matter of time now before Sonic gets overpowered. He's still making vanilla Battle Masters, which, okay, yeah, they're good for taking down flamers, but when there's so many outposts, they go down so quick. This flamer is now in the base. He's going to go for actually the second war factory. This first war factory looks like it's going to go down by itself. Could rotate the flame wall a little bit there, and he could get the GAT and the other war factory, but Scuba's not doing the best of flame walls there. ECM in the mix now. I can see Lotus as well. You can see the stealth unit there as well. So, yeah, well played to Scuba. I don't think it was flawless. I don't think it was absolutely perfect. But he still convincingly got the victory. So I'm going to update the scoreboard. We have now got one for Scuba and one for Sonic. Jumping into game 3 then, guys, we've got Scuba in the bottom left with the USA Vanilla, and in the top right we've got Sonic with USA Vanilla. Don't tell me that was a random choice again and by chance they've got another mirror. Forgotten Forest. Is this a different version? Because there's been loads of new maps added recently. I don't think this is just the normal... Sorry, it's Forgotten Forest, but someone remade it and then renamed it to Forgotten Air Battle. I don't know why they changed it to Forgotten Air Battle. I don't know why wouldn't you just call it Forgotten Forest Arctic or something like that, so people know what it is instead of changing the name completely. But nevertheless, it is a better map because these bridges here have been converted to land, so it's like a land passage rather than the bridges. Because I think was it bridges? Yeah, it was bridges before. At least that one was there, but the bridges don't work very well in 0 hour, as you probably know. Units always get stuck on them and weird things happen. So Scuba's gone for 2 supplies, 2 Chinooks on each, and then a fast war factory. Pretty normal. But then he hasn't made a barracks. He's going to go for the crush on Sonic's drop. Where's he going to unload? He's unloading here. Now he needs to be quick here because this V is coming and all of his stuff is going to get run over. I would have it's a difficult situation there, but the perfect micro would have been to probably shoot the dozer and then laser lock the V. You didn't want to laser lock the dozer. That actually took longer, I think. Or what he could have done was ignore the dozer and laser lock the V. Or if he's really good, he could have laser locked the dozer with 1 missile defender and laser locked the V with 2 missile defenders, and then he would have survived. That's a big game-changing moment, and one of the reasons why even the slightest little micro mistake or oversight or something in a USA mirror can change the whole thing. Just based on that, now Scuba has a massive advantage. He'll be ahead in terms of Vs by loads. So you see there's only 1 V out there, where he's got 1, 2, 3 already in his base. So he's massively ahead already just from that one little thing. We've got a V coming towards Scuba's base as well. There's a fire base going down though. Scuba's just gonna what? I know what he likes to do is get the tow missile upgrade, and then he just likes to kind of sit back here. That's what he likes to do. Sonic needs to be careful there. His evacs on his Vs have been absolutely terrible so far. I don't think I've even seen one evac. Have we even seen one evac from any of his Vs? I don't think we have. Sonic has cleared that up, but Scuba's already in the base over here. Those are going down. 2 Chinooks going down. You can see the whole of the other one. It's dead now as well. Sonic is going to lose a V here, I think, and they'll probably lose this one if he's not quick. He's not quick enough. That's neither Scuba's laser lock. Does just go down. But Sonic this whole time is only collected on 2 Chinooks. You cannot be on 2 Chinooks for very long in a USA mirror versus 4, so this is very much looking like... Is he on no dozer though? Yeah, he's on no dozer. So that's all that Sonic wanted to do, is just wanted dozer hunt him. So yeah, he dozer hunted him. But is that the best of choices? I don't think so. I prefer to always hit the economy rather than killing dozers. I'll hit the economy every day of the week. Laser loss from both sides here. This V here is absolutely horrible. I'm not sure what Sonic is doing. These missile defenders here could easily get run over. It just depends if Scuba's paying attention. He's not though, and this is where I'm saying it's not flawless from Scuba. Scuba should really, he's levels and levels ahead of Sonic. Everyone will be picking Scuba to win going into these games, but it's not flawless. When he comes against the better players, that's going to come back and bite him 100%. So these Vs from Sonic are absolutely terrible. He's lost so many Vs. Even then, it was only like, what, 2 or 3 missile defenders? He's under pressure anyway, and probably lost this one, but maybe that's the point where you stop making Vs and just continually spam out.
Unit lost.
Spam out missile defenders just to try and defend against Scuba's onslaught of Vs. But just sending Vs 1 or 2 at a time to their death is definitely not the way forward. Scuba here going to lose another V. This is another thing. I don't think he really needs to be losing any units. If he played absolutely perfect, he wouldn't need to be losing any kind of units. And I know I'm being maybe overly critical, but trust me when I say when he comes against the better players later on in the series, which he could well, he's in the same side of the bracket as Size, Boyka, Sexy, in the final, he could play like Caro, Logica, or me, or Freestyler. Yeah, when he comes against those better players, things like that are going to come back to bite him, I think. But nevertheless, he gets the win here, so that's all you need to. That's all you need to do. 2-1 to Scuba. So on to game 4. We have got GLA Vanilla. Don't tell me it's GLA. Oh no, it's GLA. It's pretty much a GLA mirror. Stealth versus GLA. Very, very, very balanced. I probably prefer to have stealth, just because you have the stealth tunnels. But GLA is good because obviously you get scorpions, and scorpions wreck quads. But if you're just making loads of tunnels and hijackers and stuff, you can hold on against GLA for long enough. It's against Tox you don't really want to be fighting against, because the Scorpions fire the Toxin shells and they kill infantry as well. So if you've got any RPGs to defend against the Scorps, then they get killed really, really easy. So this is a new map to the pool. I'm all up for new maps getting added. This is called Mountain Oil, I believe, this map. We've got the 2 oils in the middle. Oil there, oil there. I'll just watch this little fight in the middle. So Sonic's worker there has gone down. There's another one there. I think Scuba is going for the oil, actually. He's going for the oils in the middle. Whereas Sonic has gone for this supply here. I probably would prefer to go for the supply, because the supply is a lot more safer than going for oils. For example, now Scuba could invest all the money into getting these oils. You could build 3 or 4 rebels, or just the 2 and get the upgrade. But if when they start capturing, a technical comes and just runs them over, then his economy is really, really hit. And also this could happen as well. So yeah, the oils could just get shut down. Personally, I would kill that one there first. And I would also get these tunnels firing at it as well. Bit of a mistake there from Sonic. So we've got a technical. Since his Scuba's invested his money into getting that oil, but he still doesn't have it, and he's still on one supply. I haven't seen another supply from him, so he's fighting 2 supplies against 1 at the moment. That said, he's doing pretty well though, and he has got a super tech here. Yeah, that technical that was over here before did go down, and I think it's helped scrap up or vet up one of these. Yes, Scuba somehow is managing. Whoa, that's a mistake from Scuba there. What he has done there, I think, is pressed Q. He's pressed Q to select all the units on the field and then attack. But Scuba's all of Scuba's units. Is he gonna lose this one? He's getting the oil in the corner now. Is he going for this one as well? I think there's something. No, there's nothing inside of that. Yeah, I don't think Scuba's spotted this. So Scuba only likes Tournament Desert Classic and probably a few other maps, and I've seen him complaining on the forums recently about these new maps that have been added, but he clearly has not done his research. He's clearly not just booted up into a quick sandbox mode and just quickly scouted the map. He's clearly not seen these supplies here, which is only his own fault. He's had like 2 or 3 weeks to practice and learn these maps, and he's clearly just gone into the tournament without seeing it. That oil there has gone down. Technical there trying to... It looked a bit weird, but he was trying to get in and run over some of the RPGs. Scuba's still not got that oil. You see what I mean? This is by far nowhere near perfect from Scuba. It's actually very, very weird. It's not the greatest of play from Scuba at all. Sonic is now killing the middle oil as well, so if Sonic just secures this, there's no reason why he should not be able to win this. We've got a Terra Tech from Scuba. I'm not sure what he's going to go and try and hit. But Sonic is massively ahead now. He's a whole supply ahead. So 100% ahead in terms of economy. That was really, really terrible. Not sure what he was quite trying to expect there, to be honest. But that's going to make it 2-2. Yeah, I think the main problem there is Scuba not aware of the map. He's not gone for the supplies on the left. He's gone for the middle oil, which he then pressed Q and stopped his own rebel from capturing the oil. So I think it was by no means flawless from Scuba, but also he just doesn't know the map, which is his own fault 100%. So I'm just going to update the scoreboard. 2-2. Okay, so jumping into the next game, we've got Scuba with GLA Tox versus Sonic with China Tank. Ouch, in terms of armies. This is going to be hard. It's definitely not impossible, though. Tank can win on this. Just needs to get loads and loads of Battle Masters, get the autoloader upgrade. Maybe wants to mix in ECMs and Emperor Overlords, or maybe he wants to mix in some air, whether it be MiGs or whether it be Helixes. I personally prefer mass Helixes with mass Battle Masters and ECMs mixed in, so you're basically forcing your opponent to either go for anti-air or anti-ground, and he's not going to be able to do both, so that'll force Scuba to mix his army as well. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, we've got Sonic going for a forward supply with a fast truck crush. And actually, it might work if he gets there fast enough. He needs to be paying attention now. He needs to be paying attention. It's going to be very, very close. It's going to be on like 99, 98%. But it only takes one worker just to go around here now, and that's going to be finished. So that truck has killed 3 workers and a terrorist. That's probably worth it. I would say that's worth it. It's allowed to get out, and it's also allowing Sonic to go for a supply on the left hand side. So now Sonic's on 3 supplies very, very quick. Unfortunately, that gap was a little bit too slow. He has killed 1 unit, killed 1 worker. Needs to be careful of this terrorist that was running around over here. Not sure where that's gone. Maybe with that terrorist, it'd be good to... Has he gone inside of there? I don't know. waypoint it around the map, and then he could have gone in the supply line, and maybe it's only $200. I mean, that terrorist is pretty much... Oh, there's the terrorist. So, I was going to say a terrorist is pretty much useless at that point, but he has managed to deal a load of damage to the supply. So actually that supply might go down now as well. I think he's going to get a super tech here as well. Yeah, he's going to get a super tech. He's going to get it. That's really, really difficult to deal with now. Scuba is well and truly bunkered himself in on this right-hand side. He's also... I thought he was going to go for another supply, but he's building a tunnel there first. That supply is still not down, though. And this super tech actually might get stuck now. I don't know how many dozers is that. It's killed just one. That's the first dozer, actually. I thought he killed the other one, but... apparently not. He's now going for this supply as well. This GAT micro from Sonic is rather weird, because now that tentacle was trapped, but now it's going to escape and probably kill the supply. So it's very, very weird. So Scuba now going back with that super attack. Whoa, there is a flamer there, and he just ran straight into it, not paying attention. Sonic also probably not realizing, because he didn't turn that around. He just left it going forward, but I don't know. He killed it anyway. So so nice. He's still got a dozer. This supply needs rebuilding over here, so he's going to go and rebuild that now. 4,200. Actually, you can see the supplies there actually. But you see the Battlemasters are so strong against these tunnels. On the right hand side, we've got Scorpions and RPGs coming forward. Scuba only just getting a third supply at almost the 4-minute mark, whereas Sonic's been on the third supply for a very, very long time. That Battlemaster is in a bit of a tight spot. It needs to move fast because these RPGs are going to kill it, but there is a GAT there. It's going to kill all of these RPGs from Scuba. Loads of RPGs wasted. So Scorpion's harassing now on this left-hand side. I think they've literally drove all the way from the base of Scuba. Now he's going for this dozer, I think. Yeah, that dozer's 100% dead. That's a shame for Sonic, but I felt like he probably could have done more to protect it. Could have built that supply and gone over here, or he could have built a supply and then protected it with some units. But it seems Sonic is 100% paying attention over here. He is pushing Scuba back. The Scuba brings out some units to try and defend it, but the GATs are going to clear out them RPGs. There are only 2 Battlemasters here now. Needs to save these GATs, needs to be moving them back. Too late. It's going to go down. Another GAT going to go down. It's very, very low at least. Flamer could do a flame wall there and slowly kill these things, but he seems to be just pushing forward anyway. Being harassed down here. It's forcing some of his units to go back. No flame wall from Sonic. That needs to be a flame wall. He can do so much more damage with a flame wall. Flamer now does go down. There's only 1 GAT here now for killing these RPGs, and there's so many RPGs. Palace going down. Another arms dealer going down for sorry, not another arms dealer. Palace and the command center, I meant. So he does have the refinery and the oil.
A warrior has fallen.
But all the gas have been thinned out now, and these Battlemasters are going to get pushed back. Only 1 left on a very, very low HP. Sonic is now on 2 supplies, 2 war factories. That needs cancelling, really. I mean, he's got the cash anyway, but his supply there has been killed. Scuba now, there really should be no way he's going to lose. I do prefer 2 or 3 arms dealers rather than the Palace, because you get this refinery. Your units are so much cheaper. You can be doing 3 war factory spam nice and easy. I think it's better to have a bigger army presence on the map rather than going to faster Palace, but that's just me. There's only 1 GAT here again, and it's going to get killed. And now all the RPGs are going to kill all these Battlemasters. Needs to be more gats or a flamer or something mixed in here. Sending one gat at a time against all these RPGs and squabs is just not good enough. If these RPGs get inside of here as well. Sending the gats forward again. They're going to get killed again, and then the RPGs are going to come, and then these battle masters are going to get stuck. So, like, here now. Well, these tanks can no longer do anything because there's no gats here. This gat here right at the back. Sonic's army is just taking so much damage. The command center is going to have rebel ambush ready pretty much now or soon. I think that's his level 3 there. He's got a battle bus out now as well. Palace is up. I mean, even if he cleared all of this and all of this, he's still then got to get through this and the palace and all these tunnels, which is just not going to happen. He might be upgrading to the Gamma upgrade as well, which means that the tunnels and the tanks do more damage. And the RPGs.
Our base is in peril.
He does have the Gamma upgrade now. You can tell because that there is highlighted where my cursor is right now. But also the color of the toxin shells that they fire is like a deeper purple. There is a battle bus in now as well, and a Gamma filled bus. Well, the RPGs with the Gamma upgrade. I don't know if they do. I think they do more damage. Is it 25% more damage or something like that? Even though it doesn't actually tell you in the when you actually click on the upgrade. They actually, I don't know if they're more, if they do more damage or they're more accurate or faster or what. But either way, it's more lethal, and Sonic has gone down there. So yeah, another relatively convincing victory by Scuba. I do feel it could be a bit more flawless, but again, that's just been me being critical. So well played to Scuba. That takes you to 3-2. Okay, so on to potentially the last game. If Scuba does win this, he is Infantry on the left, and we've got Scuba. Sorry, why am I so confused? It's because he's called him something self-different. So we've got Scuba on the right, sorry, with Infantry, but we also have Sonic on the left with Infantry. So an Infantry mirror, again, they haven't picked it, but they've been lucky enough to have pretty much, what was it, like 60 or 70% of these games have been mirrors, I think. We're on a map called Onza, which is now one of the ranked maps with the latest Gen 2 update. This is not a brand new map. This has been in the unofficial map list for a very long time. I think it's one of the NMC maps, and I think it's actually created by the Russian or Ukrainian community. I think the Russian community. So yeah, you've got these two suppliers. These are probably your closest, these two, which is exactly what Sonic has gone for. But then you also have this one over here. You've got a few buildings dotted around. Looks like Chinese or Japanese buildings, I'm not sure. I think it's Japanese. Yeah, I think that is Japanese, that kind of style. You've got some cool little shrines and stuff like that. Or whatever the hell that is. Not even sure how you get there. Don't even know if you can combat drop a ranger on there. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. So War Factory Barracks is a pretty standard build order for Infantry Mirror. If you watch Size, he will always do War Factory Barracks in Infantry Mirror. Very rarely will he be doing like Helix or stuff like that. So Sonic, he's bunkered off this position. Actually, when I watch a replay on this map now, it makes me think of it in a different light, because I typically always went for that as my main supply and then that as my second supply and then try to defend this. But actually going for that one and building bunkers there and there actually seems more more normal or easier to defend, and then maybe you want to expand to this one instead, even though it is naturally a lot closer to your enemy's base rather than this one. Yeah, it just looks a lot more natural to be going for those two supplies, I think. So I think, yeah, they're the two supplies to be going for. Even though that is technically closer to the enemy's base under a little bit more pressure. Got various bunkers. So we've got Helix out of Scuba, which is still in his base. He also has done these bunkers. Or one bunker rather. Don't know if Scuba's going... Yeah, Scuba is going for the capture upgrade. You can hear something being captured, which is that one, actually. Scuba's also going for the refinery in the bottom right-hand side. There is an oil here as well. I don't know if he spotted that one or not. That would look like an empty outpost. Actually, he's unloaded here, that's why. But there are minigunners here now from Scuba. There's 3, so this is going to be a hard time to hold on against this. But again, this is not absolutely flawless from Scuba. He's lost an outpost there, lost a couple of units. Did not handle it absolutely perfect. Helix now come in. It's going to take out... Oh, I was going to say he's going to take out a dozer, but he hasn't taken out a dozer. He's taken out the propaganda center, which actually was really quick there. Scuba's transitioning into MiGs. Is that Helix going to go down? There is a minigunner here, 2 minigunners actually, and the Helix does go down. So Sonic has managed to hold on against that rush, but he did take some damage there because he almost lost the dozer. I'm surprised Scuba didn't finish the dozer, but he also lost the propaganda center. But all things considered, I think that's handled not too badly. Lower's out for Sonic now, relatively quick actually, capturing the oil back from Scuba. The minigunner is no longer there, so it won't be able to recapture it back. MiGs are flying around. I think he was going to target this, but because it stealthed again, the MiGs just kind of flew around, didn't know what to do. But I think he's force-fired the ground there. Flaming now dangerously close to Sonic's base. It does have a load of infantry here, so providing the MiGs don't come and clear this up, he should be able to defend against that Flamer, but I don't know if Scuba's forgotten about it or not. Scuba's got an assault troop crawler in his base. He's just kind of chilling there, I think. Scuba's also got a minigunner here, so you can just check that there's nothing coming down there. Scuba's now using his flame wall. Just keeping Sonic occupied a second. He's also Sonic's expanded to a 3rd supply here, so that's faster than Scuba has. But Scuba's actually behind the sense of economy now. So he's behind 2 oils and 1 supply, but he does have the refinery there. Helix coming in here along with the MiGs. This is a bit of a risk. That was absolutely horrendous. That was real bad. I was wondering what was going on there, if he was going to try and go for all the minigunners and then come in and clear it up and finish the game with the Helix, but I think he actually brought the Helix by mistake there. That was a really bad move from Scuba. Sonic doing pretty well. I think Scuba's probably going to be playing another game here. I'm not convinced he's going to be able to take this one. He's captured the oils back. He's got a Lotus of his own. There's a that refinery still, so his units are a lot cheaper. It's like when you're building an assault troop crawler, for example, 10% discount on that is quite a lot. 240 discount. Lotus of Sonic there getting killed. The supply here is under threat. Sonic does have his own refinery at the top left, actually, but I think Sonic's mistake is he's not transitioning into MiGs. As the old saying goes, you fight fire with fire, and with MiGs you literally should be doing that. You want to, if you see the enemy going heavy MiGs, unless you've got a way of trying to get to his airfield and trying to close it down, maybe with a Helix or something else. Generally, if you want a level playing field, you just go your own MiGs as well and get the napalm. I'm not sure if Scuba hasn't got napalm, actually, which is really weird as well. So Sonic now has got some aggression of his own in the same place as before, but this time he's got ECMs here as well. And Scuba doesn't really have an answer to this at the moment. He doesn't have... Oh, he does have napalm now, so the MiGs are coming in whilst all the units are grouped, and that's going to go relatively badly. Everything going down there for Sonic in just one MiG strike. This is why napalm MiGs are the answer. And we've still got all this army though. He could kill something now whilst this is Whilst this is reloading, why is Sonic not reacting? What is he doing? And now there's a assault troop crawler. He could have killed that supply, or at least killed the trucks. I think Sonic's just literally forgotten about this. I don't think he realizes it's here. Sonic now going to kill the oils. Scuba's now on another supply. He's building another arms dealer. Carpet coming in. That's going to kill the Lotus as well, I think. Yeah, kill the Lotus. Unlucky. But didn't quite kill the supply or the barracks. But did kill the Lotus, though. The most expensive thing. 1,500. Could have placed a TNT there, but it's only one unit, so he just wasn't paying attention. So we've got a standoff of minigunners here. It looks like, again, I thought Sonic was going to come out on top there, but actually it looks like Scuba's going to come out on top this time. Scuba just has too many minigunners, and they were also already outside of his units, so when the assault troop crawler pops open, your units can't fire for the first few seconds. Whereas the Scuba's minigunners will already be kind of spun up, as they would say. And firing at full damage, because they take a while to get to their full damage. Sonic's having a hard time here. I don't think he's got any minigunners of his own. MiGs are coming in as well as flamers from Scuba, and I think Sonic is getting pushed back here. He's under a lot of pressure, because if he loses this one, that is him out of the World Series already in round 1. He did have a hard round 1 against Scuba, but yeah, he's getting pushed right back. Bunker going down there now as well. His propaganda center, poor thing, will be in danger again. That'll be like the 3rd time it's killed. Sonic's on 8,000, but he's been defeated. So yeah, I thought Sonic had an opportunity here, because Scuba's play was by no means perfect. I would say probably maybe 60% of it was perfect. There was a lot of mistakes there, and I think if Sonic had maybe prepared better, because like even his first few Vs that he used in the very first match all went down way too easy in my opinion. So yeah, I think Sonic had an opportunity there. I don't think Scuba played perfect at all, but sometimes you only perform as good as you need to. So for example, if you know you're against a weaker opponent, you won't train as hard, or you won't prepare as hard, or you won't warm up as long. So maybe that's what happened to Scuba, but yeah, that's just what I picked out. So we'll just flick back to this. So we're now gonna progress Scuba forward. So I need to duplicate this layer, and then we're gonna move Scuba to there. Just to say one thing, I'm not going to cast every single game of this series, and there are certain games that I'm not going to cast. So eventually I will do an update, and a few of them will just progress, and I'm not going to record them. There's a few games here that I don't really consider that competitive, where they're just going to be an easy 4-0. Or have already happened, and I've already been a 4-0, and I don't think they're that exciting to watch. So I'm just going to focus on some of the big games. For example, like Boyka versus Size, and maybe a few others. So yeah, GG. That concludes this video, and I'll see you in the next one.